Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to Be in the Change. I'm going to get started by reciting my inspiration. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I'd like to say welcome to everybody who's watching me for the first time, and welcome back, and thank you to everybody who's been following me on this journey that I started in 2019, stating out loud that I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, followed by a weekly video for the entire year for my New Year's resolution, which it's going into year 4. And 2020, to be kinder and more compassionate to myself and others, still working on this too. Last year, 2021, was to break up with processed sugar, which you guys, I am still working on. I'm gaining weight and not eating sugar, which I don't even know how this is happening. And then 2022 is to find out what my vocation is, my job. Like, I know so many parts of it, but it hasn't rolled into an official job yet. So I'm still working on that one. So last week, I want to say to you guys, first of all, last week I was talking about codependency and what it is and how it's affected my life, and also about the Tinder swindler and how, basically, to tell you guys, I have been extremely gullible. Like, that's how people used to refer to me. Oh, you're so gullible. And they used to think it was so funny and like laugh at me and make fun of me. And really what it was is I was sensitive and I wore my heart on my sleeve, and all the people who weren't able to do that made fun of me, and it really hurt my feelings a lot. I've now come to realize it is one of my greatest assets, and I'm not gullible. I have an open heart, which is an extremely vulnerable place to be, which means I got hurt a lot and I get hurt a lot, but it's still better than being closed off and shut down, which is what I learned how to do because I had to. So for a long time when I was growing up, I had to not show people that I was sensitive, not show people that my feelings were hurt, because I would get made fun of and teased like unmerciful. And, I used to think there was something wrong with me because I was sensitive. And it wasn't I was sensitive. I was around people who were numb. It wasn't I was too sensitive. They were numb. But it was easier to blame it on me and say that there was something wrong with me than take a look at themselves. And so I took the hit for a lot of things in my family, a lot of people, and there's this one song out now, and it's been out for a while, but it's called Because I Am. And she's like, if I'm too salty, it's because you're too sweet. So I've realized now, if people think I'm too anything, it's because they're the opposite, and that's okay. And either is fine, but I don't want to walk around with a closed heart anymore, and I don't. And I'm able to be myself wherever I am, wherever I go. And I want to tell you guys this story, and I think I told it before, but what I realized is some people need to hear things more than once. And I am definitely one of those people. I need to hear the same thing over and over and over again. And eventually it starts to sink in and to process. But I want to talk to you about, I used to think things just happened to me. Like I was just that person. Like if I go to the grocery store and I'm in the checkout line, usually the girl in the line will say, "My God, my leg hurts. I had potato chips for lunch. I'm so tired." And I would think, oh my God, like this happens to me wherever I go. So I would think, this only happens to me. And what I've realized over the years, over my life, the person at the register tells that to every single person that comes through. I'm not that special. So what happened was, I was talking about my codependency, and I want to tell you guys about this more because it is such an issue in this world, and it is for me. So like I used to go rollerblading before my back injuries got so bad that I can't, and my neck. But I used to go rollerblading. I used to roller skate, which I love to roller skate, but I used to get made fun of. I would go past people and they're like, "They still make those things? Good for you." And then finally I was like, fine, I'll wear rollerblades. But I don't deal with change well, so I loved my roller skates. And I grew up in the 80s, so roller skates were like my thing, and I was good at it. But anyway, there was this place by my house, and I would go rollerblading. And one day I went, and this lady out of nowhere just stops me. And I had on headphones. I didn't look like stop me, but she stopped me, and she's like, "I met this guy on the internet and he asked me to send him money." And I'm like, "Don't send him money." So anyway, usually if somebody stopped me, they might just say, "What kind of rollerblades are they?" Or "Do you know what time it is?" But never like, "I met a guy on the internet and should I give him money?" So I'm like, don't give him any money. So anyway, I go back the next day and the lady's there again. And I end up tiptoeing on my rollerblades, and she tells me her whole entire life story. And at the end, she was like, "This was great for me." And I'm thinking, I didn't even break a sweat. So I was kind of disappointed that I did not get my exercise in, because I usually went over there to exercise. So anyway, I couldn't speak up for myself. Instead of telling her, like, "I have to go," or "I'm in a hurry." So what I decided to do is go at a different time, because I couldn't speak up for myself. So I go at a different time, and guess what? Same lady's still there. And that the next day, she's like, "Oh, I have to talk to you." And I said, "I'm in a hurry." So I did my thing, and I'm like, God, the next time I go at a different time, lady is still there. And I'm like, Jesus. So I'm rollerblading, and what she does is turn around so she can face me as I'm going, and she starts talking to me. And I was just like, she's like, "You're always in a hurry." And I'm like, I just want to work out. Like, I'm just here to exercise. So I kept switching the times that I was going, hoping I didn't bump into her. So finally, the next time I go, different time again, she's still there. She's got a black and blue face. She stops me. She got beat up by some guy she met on the internet. And I said to her, "You need help." And she stopped talking to me. And the next time I went, she was there. And guess what? She found somebody else. It wasn't just me. I thought, why do these people always find me? But really, these people find anybody who will listen. And I used to be the anybody who would listen. And I would just listen and not, or I would give them solutions, and they didn't want the solution. They just wanted to talk. So what happened was, I realized somebody like this is like spaghetti. And if you've ever cooked spaghetti, I used to throw it against the wall to see if it sticked, or to a cabinet to see if it sticked or stuck. I don't know what the right word is. But anyway, what I realized is most people are like spaghetti, and they're trying to stick to any wall and surface that they can. And I used to be spaghetti, and I used to throw myself at any wall I could stick to. but I now realize I don't need to stick anywhere. I turned into rubber. And you know that statement of I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever bounces off of me sticks to you. I am now rubber. So anybody who tries to come at me, throw their spaghetti to my wall, it doesn't stick anymore, because I've learned how to return to sender with love and kindness. But as much as I'm not feeding my codependency anymore, I can't feed other people's. And what I can tell you about feeding other people's codependency is usually I don't feel good when I'm doing it. I get this feeling of this isn't right and I shouldn't be doing this. So that's what I've learned, how not to get manipulated by people who are trying to manipulate. And that's what I was talking about last week with the Tinder swindler. Like, I used to let people manipulate me and I would feel it, but I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. And now I feel it and I'm able to do something about it, which is give it back to the person who's giving it to me and tell them, like, I'm sorry this happened to you. However, this is where you can go and how you need to address it, but I can't help you with this. So thanks to everybody who's watching. Please stay tuned, stay safe, and I will see you all next week.